Welcome everyone to Tabor, the 9th place on our 16th oldest Second Life regions. I haven't posted anything in this entire month, so I figured I'd get at least one video out, and we'll be starting here. I'm wondering if this is actually a place or if this is just a prop, but it actually looks like it has an entrance, so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm using my Gundam avatar, which I can't remember if I've used or not in the past for one of these videos, but to be perfectly honest, I'm running out of old avatars to actually use, so I may have to start using newer ones in that case. We'll have to see if I can find stuff for some more videos. Oh, it's like a little, study, perhaps. Like a laboratory almost, but nothing seems to be happening with the buttons. Perhaps it controls the plants above us, I'm not sure. As per usual, we have prim work around here on the regions. This one I noticed had a couple of mesh-looking places. Like this one up ahead looks like it might be mesh, I'm not quite sure. And here's the bridge to cross over that I think we stopped at last time, but I ended up getting a little bit further away from it. Nothing too different going on over at the Ivory Tower of Prims. I'm sure soon things are going to be festivized for December. Just a couple days until December for me as I'm recording this. Doesn't look like there's anything in this house, so I guess we'll just peek inside, especially since it's glass windows and all that, or glass walls. I don't know. I guess somebody either was building something here and hasn't finished it, or it's been abandoned. I'm not quite sure. I used to think a lot of places on mainland was abandoned, but honestly, it doesn't make much sense, because looking at mainland prices, you wouldn't just abandon that land. Like, even like a small plot of land somewhere on mainland is just insanely priced. Had a little bit of a freeze up there. Not exactly what I wanted, but you know how it is. Sun's coming up actually really fast. I kind of waited until I started seeing a little bit of sun coming up for the video, and then already we're basically at dawn. So I think these two places are linked because they look quite familiar, at least in structure style. This place I'm not sure exactly what it would be. The region calls it a haven for the parcel, so Tabor Haven. These small like spots right here look like they might be good for like a shop or something. Like this could be a shop square, but it appears to be completely empty, besides some rockage over here and this hole in the ground that leads to nowhere. A little bit of fish and a jellyfish right here, that's pretty much the only detail. I guess you could also escape down here and go through this way. End up right outside the haven. But in any case, I guess we'll go ahead and check out the other side of the region here and then make our way back. Because I don't think there's much on the other side of the region here to the right of me, besides a couple of little things. There's some mountains, some trees. There appears to be a boat down here, and that's about where the line for the region is. I think this is actually for sale, perhaps. I see advertisements on the boat. And this boat over here looks to be made out of paper. Or at least has some... Oh, actually, it looks like it has a bed on it, perhaps. Sorry, I'm having like horrible frames as per usual on mainland, so I can't quite stop quickly. And that's not probably going to want to refresh anytime soon, so I guess we'll just leave that alone. Let's see what this sign says here. Boathouse. So it's just a boathouse, I guess, for people to use. Doesn't seem to be anybody's actual house, and I see what looks to be a group thing here. Perhaps people come here to party? The Cookie Jar House and Garden Community. I can at least read that off of that. So whatever community that is, we found your boat. And out here we can see a bit of a region over here that I don't think we went to. I believe we ended up skipping this one, having to go over, I think it was like 3 of them. Once we left like the 4th region that we went to. But for this set, we're actually going in a straight line. Looks pretty neat though, to be honest. Like this and the big building over there definitely look like the landmarks of the sim. But for the most part, it seems to be another sim that doesn't have things completely ready on it or anything like that. This looks like it might be a game of Simon Says or something. Guess it's not going to work for me. Like, you could definitely tell that this place has some value to it, being so close to the ivory tower prims over there. And so people have made a point of making it look nice, and it does look nice, but I don't see a lot of detail in the building, so I'm not sure if this stuff is completely new, or if there's just never been anything put into it. Here's a place with some detail to it. It looks like a small house, essentially. Just letting it text up a bit, texturize. This place has its door open and I can basically see inside of it just peeking in, so I'm not gonna particularly worry about privacy here. Just peeking in through the door here, it looks like it's just a very small, almost like a shed for a house, which is kind of a neat prospect. Like, this would probably be the sort of size thing I would get for some mainland land, probably. I couldn't afford, like, the opening cost for them. Though, to be honest, if I ever wanted mainland land, I would actually want one of the ones that are by, like, the regions of ocean, essentially. Not like oceans that bar your way, but there's seas and stuff that have been made. Either by Linden Labs or by communities or whatever, and having a piece of land by there is probably even more expensive, so... And it doesn't look like there's much in here. It says this is the Tabor Library. And it looks actually really nice as a structure here. It actually looks like they have some Christmas lights up now. Or at least some sort of festive looking lights. This place does say it's under construction in the region name, so I'm going to assume this is something new. And I'm actually very, very intrigued to see what this place looks like when it ends up being done. So at the moment, it looks very, very nice. There's even like this little forest area in the middle. But I kind of wonder if it's actually going to be a place more so for resources, like scripting and whatnot. If you could basically make a book into a note card and see things off of that. Or if this is going to be some sort of roleplay thing. That's my two assumptions right now. You can see a view of the other region that we'd been to last time over there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Yeah, I can definitely see the lights and whatnot around. A few benches to sit at, probably to read a book or something along those lines if you wanted to. Very nice so far, though. Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and head out. I was kind of curious about a telescope I saw around here. Ah, here it is. And let's see that from the outside real quick here. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. There's no actual like room at the bottom attached to it though. And we can see here that there's actually a good chunk of Tabor that's underwater, which I'm going to have to probably check the water down there to see. But it's probably there's a skybox up somewhere, and that's out of my range. I can see a huge beanstalk over there, but I'm pretty sure that's part of the next region we're going to. It sticks out like a sore thumb, though. You can see some nice shadows over the water. Alright, so we've been to about half the sim already. Not very cluttered sim, that's for sure. This appears to be just another normal house, but I'll just peek and make sure, I guess. It looks like another empty house, actually. Okay, there's a lock in the door, so we'll just leave it alone. We'll just take a look at the outside, I guess. Something is gray here, but I can't make it go away. This area looks pretty nice right here. Looks like a little pool or something along those lines right here. We'll just go ahead and head upstairs and see the view. Yeah, everything here on Tabor seems to be smashed right around the middle of the region. There's just this huge bit of land here that's not really used. It's kind of strange. And the other side, like I said, was covered in water. You can see a good view of the other region across the river here. Some docks for whatever reason. I guess maybe somebody probably boats here, I guess. Just take the yacht out onto the... I don't know how long this river is, to be honest, but... You can see something over here. It says something... Clementina Park. So there's a park over that way. Not one of the regions we're going to, unfortunately. Just gonna check the water around here and make sure there's nothing underneath here. Completely empty. And the rest of this is mostly just plain land. It's not in the way like you would see land for sale, so obviously I think somebody probably owns this and has shaped it like this, but I guess maybe they live in a skybox up above or something. You can see a bit of view of stuff further ahead. Some sort of island off that way. We're actually right around the edge here. There appears to be a small island here that might be like part of this region. I'm not sure. But I have the draw distance at about 256, I believe it is. So it's not hugely far out, but you can see bits of stuff out there. It just becomes really, really difficult to do much of anything if you have the draw distance ramped up really big. Because mainland just goes on forever, essentially. Nice little spot to hang out at if you're very interested in just hanging out in the river. Now at this point, when we're looking further off, it looks more like it goes straight into the ocean. But yeah, Tabor seems to be another quiet sim. Reminds me a bit of, I think it was Zoe. That was, I think, the third sim we went to, where it was a lot of just forest and then the occasional thing around. Let's go ahead and check out this bridge right here since we're here. There's like these strange lampposts almost I've seen around the library. They look almost alien in how they look. These ones look more, I forget the name of it, steampunk, almost. I'm going to assume this is probably the actual way you're supposed to head to get up here to the library, perhaps. Or at the very least, it leads somewhere. Yeah, you can see some more of the shadow along the water. I never have the water very complex, because I don't like being able to see stuff underneath the water if it's just junk and whatnot. I like having the surprise. Well, there's not much else to actually look at here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this rocket. Some sort of test block right there. I don't know what that's about. Little skateboard and a little figurine right next to it as well. Nothing underneath the water here, so it's just a lot of empty space. I don't know if this rocket's supposed to be like a model for something that's sitting here, or if it's actually used by someone. Looks almost like it would be a model, but then there's a whole pathway to it, so I kind of wonder. But we're basically at the edge of Tabor here, so all this stuff basically is right along the next sim. So we'll be mostly taking a look at it that way. This next sim actually looks like it's fairly packed full of stuff. So that'll be interesting, I guess. Bit of statue work here, I see. Giant beanstalk. This little Christmas thing here that's actually playing out music that I now hear. So that's going to be a bit of an issue for me, but I'll have to take care of it in editing. But it's the first sign I've actually seen on this region of the holidays coming up, so. In any case, guys, I think we'll be wrapping it up here. I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving if you're from the US, and I hope you guys have a happy holidays coming up soon. I probably won't be doing another region hopping video like this until after the new year, so see you guys in 2018, and I'll just find a spot to stop for the moment. I guess right here. See you guys, and have a good day. See you next time.